set the tone early, and the Wildcats aim to continue their strong two-way play. It's Chaska and Waconia, Metro West hockey, and it starts next. Welcome back. Tonight's matchup brings together two teams at very different points in their seasons, but with plenty still at stake inside the Metro West Conference. For Chaska, this year's been all about perseverance and growth through adversity. The Hawks enter tonight with a losing record and are still looking for the first conference win, currently sitting 8th in the Metro West standings. Much of the challenges come early in games where Chaska has struggled to generate offense in the first period and has often been forced to chase play. When the Hawks score first, they've shown they can compete, but digging out of the early deficits has been a reoccurring obstacle. Despite the results, there are bright spots. Sophomore Jake Campbell and junior Tyler Ramaka have been the offensive drivers, each with 20 points on the season, accounting for nearly half of the Hawks' total scoring. Senior Sam Swanson provides leadership up front and helps to balance out the scoring for the Hawks. In goal, Frank Pence has carried a heavy workload, facing more shots than any goaltender in the Metro West Conference. Night after night, he's been tested behind a team that's been outshot early handily, 2-1. And tonight, they'll be no different against a Waconia team that likes to generate steady offensive pressure. Special teams have also played a role in Chaska's season narrative. The Hawks are still searching for rhythm on the power play. It will need discipline and structure tonight against a Wildcats penalty kill, operating above 80%. On the other side, Waconia arrives with a 9-8 record, 9-8-4 overall record, and a 3-3 mark in the conference play. Sitting 5th in the Metro West, the Hawks are a structured, defensive-driven team that's been especially effective when they score first. They're coming off a gritty 3-2 home win over St. Louis Park, a game at which they showed resilience by coming from behind twice before sealing it late in the third period. Waconia's offense is spread out, led by a strong defensive core that includes Devin Stifter, Maxwell Kelly, McGuire Knorr, and Carson Herman, players who contribute at both ends of the ice on special teams. In goal, sophomore Merrick Wozniak has been one of the conference's most consistent netminders, leading the Metro West in save percentage and giving Waconia confidence every night. Recent history favors the Wildcats, who have won 3 straight against Chaska, including a 3-1 shutout earlier this season. But tonight, the Hawks are back at home, where they've shown their best stretches of hockey, and the focus is simple. Start fast, stay connected defensively, and make this a game deep into the third period. Metro West hockey is about structure, effort, and momentum. Both teams will be looking to establish all 3 right from the opening face-off. Stay with us as we prepare for the introductions and the national anthem. Welcome back, folks. Let's get prepared for the announcement of our starting lineups.
Chaska Hawks. Let's meet the starters for tonight's contest. We'll begin with the visitors from Waconia. Starting at defense, junior number 7, Chase Lorenzen.
Number 7, Chase Lorenzen.
Junior number 38.
At defense, number 38, Carson Herman. Number 8, Maxwell Kelly. Number 14, Connor Riek. And number 16, Tyler Lorenzen. And starting in goal, we've got number 30, Merrick Wozniak. For our Chaska Hawks,
Jeff Barlow and Ryan Evanson. And now, the starters for your Chaska Hawks.
starting at forward, junior number 3, Tyler Ramaka. Starting at forward, sophomore number 7, Jake Campbell. Starting freshman number 17, Wyatt Connors. Starting sophomore number 22, Jackson Gill. Sorry, freshman. Number 41, Mason Gutowski, and starting in net, Frank Petz.
The rest of the Chaska Hawks are coached by Ryan Ciro. He's assisted by Ben Greeby.
Let's get ready for our national anthem.
Tonight we have with us from the Chaska Chanhassen Hockey Association bearing the colors. Help me welcome Ian Swanson, Jackson McKinley, and Cameron Robert Hurrell. At this time, we please ask that you please rise as you are able, gentlemen, remove your hats. Veterans, render a salute while you face the flag at center ice. For the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
As the players gather around their goaltenders, they get ready, get final coaching from their benches. Referees are starting to take the center circle. And we'll be ready to drop the puck here in just a moment. One thing I want to remind everyone, as a reminder that at the end of conclusion of tonight's game, we're going to select our Ridgeview Player of the Game. Visit ridgeviewmedical.org today. Additionally, high school athletes thrive on great coaching and home team advantage. If you're looking to list or buy a home, call the Rome team with Coldwell Banker at 612-207-6334 today. Here we go, folks. Stepping into the face-off circle, we got Waconia for the Wildcats, opposite of Jake Campbell. Face-off controlled by the Wildcats as they work away. Good pressure there by Ramaka as he goes ahead and steals it. Good chipped away play there by Herman. Dump it into the corner. Katowski turns, fires it towards the center. Nobody there. Chipped wide by number 16, Tyler Lorenzen. Giel. Nice sidestep of Lorenzen. Managed to chip it up. Bouncing puck out of the zone. Good play by Katowski. Dumps it up forward. Campbell. Campbell to Ramaka, back to Campbell, into the corner. The Hawks looking to try to get some offensive pressure here early. Shot from the point on Kolasar, saved by Wozniak. Coming into tonight's contest, Wozniak leads the league in both offensive in goals against average and also in save percentage. Face-off controlled by the Hawks, deep in the zone. Puck off back side of the net, reversed. Devin Stifter, one of the players to watch for the Wildcats, brings it up on the far side. Stifter works his way around on Montague. Montague, good pressure there. As he chips it forward, up to Swanson, into Gershesky. Gershesky looks. Dumps it deep. Knorr turns. Tries to clear the zone, can't. Swanson steps up, fires. Knorr chips it into, deflects it into the corner. Swanson, good forecheck pressure. He's being held. Not sure how that's not a holding penalty. But the play is tipped back out front. Swanson picks it up. Knorr, he's got a little loose arm there. Keeps grabbing everything that moves by him. Puck picked up, 2-on-1 opportunity here for the Wildcats. Just trying to chip it free, but good play there by Connors. Chips the puck wide, prevents the shot on net. Puck's behind the net. Here's Inkler. Dumps it out to the point. Tries to chip it in, can't quite get connected back to Inkler. Giel in the corner, wraps it around. Picked up here by Stifter, Isaiah Stifter. The younger brother of Devin Stifter, as they work on the near boards. Puck's chipped all the way around. Our Deacon tries to fire it out, can't quite clear the zone. Kept in. Here's Schneider as he works his way towards the net. Pet's there for the save. Picked up behind the net. Swanson flips it high and up and out of the zone. Wildcats try to gain control. Good play here by Clemens to turn. Exits the zone. Creates an automatic rush of 3-on-2 as they work their way across. Can't quite connect the pass over to Archambault. Puck along the far boards, deep into the corner. Picked up by Zeman. Zeman in a battle with Montague as they work to try to clear the puck. Zeman manages to maintain control, steps out. Kolasar, good body, takes him off the puck. Comes away with it, works his way out of the zone with speed. As he cuts his way in. Good singular effort there. Norman's guard back. Chips it over to Campbell. Campbell turns. Cuts back across. He's got Finn Johnson on the right side following. Campbell works it into the corner right out front. Good play. Right there on net. Wozniak there for the save. As mentioned, Wozniak's leading the conference in both saves percentage and also in goals against average, with a .925 save average and a less than 2 goals per game. He's been very solid all year long for the Wildcats. Face-off circle here by Hayden Nelson. Wins, dumps it back. Connors takes a check, keeps the puck in the zone. Hawks battle on the near boards. Play eventually brought out by Riek. Riek moves his way across over to Kelly. Kelly works down the far side, fires. Pet's there for the save. Connors. Kelly picks up his own play. Works. Back out to the point. Back to Kelly. Fires it into the slot. He's wide open in the slot. Shot by Mayo. Can't quite get it off in time. Good opportunity for the Hawks as they were out of place. Shot fired from the point. Tipped wide. Kelly loses control in the corner. Hawks managed to clear the zone, but controlled by Wildcats as they dump it back deep. They're going to have to reset. Picked up by Giel. Giel loses the puck in the slot. Collides with his own player. Puck's chipped deep. Giel looks, fires it over to Montague. Montague can't quite clear the zone. Puck's managed to stay in. It's Gleason. Turns, fires it right in front. It's wide open and picked up on the rebound right there in front. The goal by Tyler Lorenzen. With 12:21 remaining here in the first period, Tyler Lorenzen picks up the first goal of the game on the assist from number 10, Nicholas Gleason. Face-off controlled.
Waconia goal scored by number 16, Tyler Lorenzen, his second of the season.
Puck shipped in, controlled by Wildcats. Campbell picks up the puck.
4 minutes, 39 seconds into the first period. Lorenzen, his second from Gleason at 4:39 for the Wildcats.
That's Lorenzen's second goal of the season. This has been a challenge for the Hawks all year, getting on the board first. Let's see how they respond. Campbell steps into the face-off circle opposite of Isaiah Stifter. Campbell will face-off wing back to Kolesar. Kolesar wraps it around. He's got Gutowski, can't quite clear the zone. Puck goes on Pets. Stifter picks it up on the far side. Kolesar with good defensive effort. Campbell in a puck battle. Puck comes loose, fired on net by Schneider as he wraps it all the way around. Can't quite keep it in. Here's Brendan Clemens, loses control of the puck, brought all the way out. Here's Schneider, turns, fires in cross ice. Ramaka dumps it in, but the Hawks are going to be offside, so they'll have to reset. Picked up deep, works their way across. Here's Stifter as he works his way in, chips it deep into the zone by Schneider. Schneider follows the puck, wrapped up in the corner with Giel. Puck's kept in along the far boards by Herman. Puck's chipped free. Ramaka can't quite catch the bouncing puck. Here's Herman as he turns. Good defensive effort there by Swanson to steal the puck as he works his way around. Keeps the puck going. Dumps it deep all the way in. Here's Zeman. Zeman tries to clear it. Can't quite do so. Giel keeps the puck in the zone. Back to Chase is Lorenzen. It's being held. Swanson's being held again in the corner. Herman. Seems like each shift he's grabbing and holding. So far hasn't been called for it yet. Waconia picks it up. They clear the zone. Here's Remy as he works his way on the near side, fires it on Pets. Pets with a good kick save. Giel works his way up in a battle, picked up by Connors. Connors chips it up to Greathouse. Greathouse can't quite clear the zone. Puck shot toward the net, deflected into the corner. Giel picks it up. Battle on the near boards with Gershesky. Gershesky can't quite do it. Herman fires it towards the net. Picked up on the opposite side by Greathouse. Kept in by Waconia as they dump it through Lorenzen. The Hawks manage to come away with Gershesky, tries to pass it across, but the Hawks lose control in neutral zone. This is dumped in by Chase Lorenzen. Hawks pick it up. Swanson, bouncing puck, clears the zone, picked up by Gershesky. Gershesky dumps it deep. They get a line change. Wozniak there, stops it, pushes it aside. Long outlet pass, intercepted by Montague. Here's Kelly as he turns and fires it towards the net. No Waconia player there to help him. Bardekin picks it up on the far side. Deacon turns, fires over to Campbell. Campbell, the great outlet pass over to Montague. Montague working up his way on the near side. Dumps it deep. He's got defensive help by Knorr. Picked up, chipped out of the zone. Tried to complete the pass to Lorenzen. Couldn't quite do so. Lorenzen was working hard, fast on the far side. Couldn't quite connect. Here's Kelly as he works his way deep. Kelly tries to dump it up front. Can't quite do so. Good defensive effort there. Kelly turns, fires, loses control of the puck. Montague picks it up. Montague's grabbed again by Kelly. A lot of holding here by the Wildcats. Nothing being called so far. Puck's dumped from the point. Chipped wide by Devin Stifter. Campbell takes a big check in the corner. It's uncharacteristic. Puck's loose out front. Picked up. Fans on the shot by Mayo. Puck brought into the slot. Good defensive effort there by Ramaka to pull the puck away. Just as Mayo was trying to get a shot off on net. Dumps it all the way down. This will be an icing, giving the Hawks an opportunity to go ahead and get a fresh line out there. With 8:15 remaining. As a reminder, get social with the Chaska Hawks Live by following us on X at Chaska Hawks Live, on Instagram at Chaska Hawks Live, or on Facebook via facebook.com/Chaska Hawks Live for the latest updates, news, and the best coverage of Hawks sports around. As we regain action, Finn Johnson works on the far boards. In a puck battle, comes away with it. Connors brings it out to Nelson. Nelson works his way down, dumps it deep. Wozniak wraps it around, but Connors and Johnson are there to go ahead and save it. It's dumped towards the net. Tipped on net by Thormasgaard, but good save there by Wozniak. Face-off win by the Wildcats as they try to clear the zone, far side. Here's Samson Engler. Puck's controlled through the neutral zone by the Hawks. Johnson over to Nelson. Nelson dumps it deep. The Hawks looking for a line change. Wozniak there. Good offensive forecheck pressure here by the Hawks. Almost create the turnover. They do create the turnover. Good back check effort there by Finn Johnson. Helped disrupt the inlet pass. Puck's deep by Stifter, battled with Colasar. Up to the point. Hawks managed to clear the zone, forcing significant pressure on Clemens to turn and dump it back into the zone. Colasar picks it up, reverses course, dumps Stifter. Misses the outlet pass. This will go all the way down. This will create an icing. It's 6:59 remaining here in the first period. Wildcats with a 1-0 lead. Remy steps into the face-off circle opposite of Campbell. Campbell with the face-off win, back into the corner, controlled by the Hawks. Picked up by Remy. Remy fires it towards the net, tipped up high into the net. Remember, if you can't catch the game live or just want to relive some of the top moments from tonight's game, games are archived within 24 hours after completion. Check out the On Demand tab on the Chaska Hawks Live homepage to watch tonight's game and all previous broadcasts on chaskahawks.live for free. Remy and Campbell wins the face-off. Puck brought out front, right in front, loose. Petz didn't quite see it as the centering pass was available. Puck's left, right in front. Remy there for a shot. Great save there by Petz. The outlet pass came right through Colasar's legs, and Remy was there for the tip on net, but Petz was there. Nice pad save. 6:41 remaining here in this first period. Waconia has 7 shots on net, 6 saves by Petz, 3 shots by the Hawks. Wozniak has all 3 saves. Montague picks it up, dumps it towards the boards, no support there, fires it on net by the Wildcats, chipped aside. Katowski dumps the puck out of the zone. Here's Herman in retreat, turns, fires, obstructed by the referee. Here's Kelly as he works his way towards the middle for Herman. Sorry. Hawks chip it up alongside. Ramaka manages to clear the zone. Puck's dumped deep. Chase Lorenzen back for the Hawks, or Wildcats. Lorenzen turns, reverses course. Gutowski there. Gets turned around. Lorenzen picked it up, loses control in the neutral zone, over to Giel. Giel to Connors. Connors dumps it deep. Wozniak steers it aside. Here's Lorenzen. Puck over to Herman. Herman clears the all-long outlet pass. The Wildcats try to center it. Nobody there. Puck battle on the near boards. Puck's lost in two players that are on the ice. Puck comes loose on the far side. Connors picks it up. Flips it high out of the zone. This won't be icing. In retreat, here's Knorr as he turns. Looking for the long outlet pass. Can't quite do so. Good play by Giel to step up and prevent the long pass. Hawks gain control in neutral zone. Here's Swanson as he fires it towards the net. Chipped wide. Good forecheck pressure by the Hawks here tonight, creating some offensive turnovers, or defensive turnovers here by the Wildcats. Montague with a good step in. Kept the puck in. Mayo manages to clear the zone. Goes cross ice. Here's Devin Stifter. Fires it high and wide. Puck shot from the point. Picked up by Colasar. Puck's loose in front. Turns. Here's Mayo as he fires it towards the net. Goes wide. Puck's brought out to the point. Devin Stifter fires it off. And it's tipped off the post. That was a great play by Nicholas Gleason. Couldn't quite connect. He tipped it. Petz moved out of position, but it went off the post. Here's Gleason as he works his way through the neutral zone. Side steps, cuts his way through. Montague forces him into the corner. Picked up by Campbell. Campbell brings it out. Centering pass, doesn't connect. Picked up in the slot area by Waconia's Inkler. Ramaka tries to chip the puck free of Hansen. Can't quite connect, trying to get the puck deep. Here's Clemens as he works his way over to Inkler. Inkler fires it on net. Pet's there for the save. Shot from the point by Wide. Brought back out to the point by Clemens. Clemens fires it towards the net. Pet's there for the save with 3:40 remaining here in this first period. As a reminder, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll select our Ridgeview Player of the Game. Visit ridgeviewmedical.org today. Hayden Nelson steps into the face-off circle opposite of Isaiah Stifter. Puck controlled by the Wildcats. Stifter tries to bring it up to the point. Johnson chips the puck free. Puck's dumped all the way down. Giel works in the near corner. Nelson steps up, puts body on Inkler. Inkler brings it out to the point, moves his way across over to Dietz. Dietz with fired, chipped wide by Petz. Shot from the point into the corner. Giel takes a check, battle on the boards. Dietz steps up, keeps the puck in, dumped toward the front, goes right through Connors. The Hawks manage to clear the zone, but lose control in neutral zone. Connors tries to move it towards front. Intercepted and shot on net by Schneider. Dormisgaard back over to Giel. Giel tries to reverse course and right in front. McCoy Archambault with a good pass over to Carter Remy. Remy scores. That's Carter Remy's first goal of the season at 2:36 remaining here in this first period, as the Wildcats take a 2-0 lead. The assist goes to number 22, McCoy Archambault. That was Archambault's third assist of the season. Face off the center dot. Carter Remy takes the face off against Campbell. Wildcats bringing into the offensive zone. They fire it on net. Pet's there for the save with 2:23 remaining here in the first period.
The assist goes number 22, McCoy Archambault. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 24 seconds into the first period. Remy, his first of the season from Archambault at 14:24 for the Wildcats.
Campbell steps into the face-off circle. Opposite of Reek. He's ejected. Ramaka steps in. Puck loose, picked up by Kolasar. Kolasar chips it up out of the zone. Campbell picks it up. He's got Katowski moving through the slot. Can't quite connect on the pass. Campbell dumps it out front, nobody there. Ramaka tries to pick up the puck, managed to steal in slot area. Back to Campbell deep in the corner, being held by Lorenzen. Wildcats trying to pin it up against the boards, trying to get a stoppage in play. Ramaka comes out, works his way towards the net, shot, tipped wide. Puck reversed. Here's Herman as he wraps it around. Montague steps up, keeps the puck in the zone. Ramaka in the corner, chips. Back out to the point with Montague. Montague fires it towards net. Wozniak can't quite glove the save, but he does make the save. Long outlet pass from Herman up to Kelly. Kelly puts a shot on net. That's there for the easy save at 1:24 remaining here in the first period. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle opposite of Nicholas Gleason. Swanson with a face-off win, back to Connors. Connors over to Greathouse. Hawks struggling to get the puck out of their defensive zone. Isaac Anderson fires it across, and the puck is shot from point, tipped up into the net. McGuire-Knorr stepped across to intercept the outlet pass, fired it on net, tipped up by Petz into the net with 1:07 remaining here in this first period. And the Wildcats take a 3-0 lead. That's Knorr's 6th goal of the season. Puck's loose in front. Kolasar picked up by Montague. Montague dumps it deep. Good play by Kolasar to step in. Can't quite connect. The Hawks just aren't able to go ahead and get those high percentage shots in the slot area tonight. Defensively, the Wildcats have really closed down at the top of the dots. As they work their way over to McGuire-Knorr, works his way up the near side, chips it deep at Kolasar, keeps it from going too deep. Knorr keeps it in the zone, steps up, he fires. Shot's tipped wide into the corner, picked up by Campbell. Campbell looks, fires it up, puts it on the stick of Ramaka, but he can't quite complete the pass. Puck's chipped loose. Here's Isaiah Stifter as he works his way across, looks for some support, leaves the puck for Schneider. Greathouse picks it up on the far side, over to Ramaka. Ramaka tries to work his way around defender, and that'll be the end of our first period. At the end of that first period, Waconia came out firing, put significant pressure, creating 16 shots on net here in the first period. Frank Petz with 13 saves on the 16 shots, compared to the 4 shots by the Hawks. And Wozniak was up. The first goal of the period was by Waconia's Tyler Lorenzen. It was his 2nd goal of the season. On the assist from number 10, Nicholas Gleason, which is his 3rd assist of the season. It was then followed up by number 3, Carter Remy, scoring his 1st goal of the season at 2:36 remaining on the assist from number 22, McCoy Archambault, which was his 3rd assist of the season. The 3rd goal of the season, or of the period, was by number 21, McGuire Knorr, on an unassisted shot from the point on his 6th goal of the season. It was good, solid play by the Wildcats from the get-go. They got the jump. The Hawks had some periods there where they provided some defensive resistance, created some offensive pressure, weren't able to capitalize on some good opportunities in the offensive zone, and ultimately the Wildcats came away with a 3-0 lead here at the end of the first. Good, clean first period, as no penalties were called on either side. So as we go into our first intermission, the Wildcats go in with a 3-0 lead on 16 shots. The Hawks 0 with 4 shots on net. With that, we'll be back in just a moment, and we'll get started on our second period action here shortly. The second goal was by Carter Remy. It's his first goal of the season, with 2:36 remaining here in the first period. On the assist by McCoy Archambault, his third assist of the season. And finally, the capped off scoring by Waconia here by number 21, McGuire Knorr. It was his sixth goal of the season, and it was unassisted on a beautiful shot from the point, tipped in by Frank Petz. Goaltending-wise, Wozniak in that first period was outstanding, stopping 4 shots. He leads the Metro West Conference in both goals against average and also in save percentage. Had a fine first period, steering side all 4 of Chaska's shots. On the other hand, Frank Petz faced 16 total shots, making 13 saves of those 16. As he's accustomed to on most nights, grossly outshot, as you can tell by the 16-4, but still managed to hang strong and try to keep the Hawks in this game. No penalties in that first period, good clean play, back and forth action. Hawks are going to need to go ahead and tighten up on their exits from the defensive zone, maintain control through the neutral zone. On the Wildcats side, they'll continue to put offensive pressure here on the Hawks, as they had done on the first period. With that, I want to remind everyone that at the end of conclusion or tonight's game, we'll announce our Ridgeview Player of the Game. So visit ridgeviewmedical.org today. Also, high school athletes thrive on great coaching and a home team advantage. If you're looking to list or buy a home, call the Rome team with Coldwell Banker at 612-207-6334 today. And finally, if you want to follow the Hawks on socials, follow them live by following us on X at Chaska Hawks Live, on Instagram at Chaska Hawks Live, or on Facebook via facebook.com/Chaska Hawks Live for the latest highlights, news, and the best coverage of Hawks sports around. Finally, if you can't catch the game live or just want to relive some of the top moments from tonight's game, games are archived within 24 hours after completion. Check out the On Demand tab on the Chaska Hawks Live homepage to watch tonight's game and all previous broadcasts on chaskahawks.live for free. Welcome back, everybody, as we prepare here for our second period, waiting for the players to take the ice. The momentum really was generated by the Wildcats in that first period. Hawks played a solid defensive collapse, preventing a lot of opportunities, but the Wildcats capitalized on the key opportunities they had in front of them. Here come the Wildcats. Now we're just waiting for the Chaska Hawks to take the ice. Here comes Wozniak down as he works his way towards his net. Frank Betts leads the Chaska Hawks back out on the ice. Hawks look to try to get on the scoreboard early here in the second period. Try to gain some of that momentum back. Hawks were able to go ahead and utilize all four lines in that first period. Trying to preserve a little bit of effort there by the top couple lines as we prepare for the third period. The Hawks historically have been a third period team. The second period's been a bit of their nemesis, whereas this is where they have the largest goal differential here. So they'll look to make sure that they collapse defensively in a way that helps prevent the Wildcats from getting good opportunities. Try to break out of their zones cleanly, try to maintain control through the neutral zone, trying to get good offensive efforts. They've had good forecheck pressure in their offensive zone, which has resulted in turnovers, but they've yet to be able to capitalize on those. Jake Campbell steps into the face-off circle opposite of Connor Reek. Campbell the face-off win back to Kolasar. Kolasar cuts, works his way into the zone, leaves it for Gutowski. Gutowski dumps it deep, back to Kolasar, picks it up behind the net. Left for Campbell. Campbell moves it out to Montague. Montague dumps it down low. Picked up by Ramaka. Ramaka turns, looks. He had Campbell streaking down the center. Couldn't quite get the centering pass. Covered by two players right out to Gutowski. Gutowski can't quite get the shot off. Great play by Campbell to recognize Gutowski out front in the slot. Good defensive effort there by Tyler Lorenzen to avoid Gutowski getting the shot off. Hawks have come out firing here in this first minute of the second period. Ramaka keeps the puck deep. Good sidestep, works his way over to Kolasar. Kolasar fires from the point, just wide. Ramaka picks it up again. Intercepted here. Kelly clears the zone for the Wildcats, brings it on down. Montague takes him into the corner. Kelly stops, turns, looks for some defensive help as he brings it out to Devin Stifter. Stifter fires it from the point. Good save by Petz. Back to Stifter. Stifter works his way towards the slot, fires it up, and it's tipped on in. This looks like it was tipped in by McCullen Mayo on the shot from the point by Devin Stifter. Waconia not having a lot of opportunity here in the second period do capitalize on their first good opportunity, taking a 4-0 lead. That's Mayo's 7th goal of the season. Puck's brought in. Mayo across the front, tried to return pass from Gleason. Couldn't quite connect. Mayo almost had himself another goal here in the second period, as the Wildcats take a 4-0 lead. Mayo picks it up, brings it in, fires it, tipped wide. Good play by Giel. Giel sidesteps a check into the corner. Swanson, Vardikin chips the puck loose. Goes all the way down. This will be icing on the Hawks. Give the Hawks an opportunity to go ahead and get a line change. Great play there by Mayo over to Gleason. Gleason back to Mayo. Mayo couldn't quite capitalize on the one-timer. Even play back here in the second period, with the Wildcats capitalizing on their first good opportunity. Shot from the point, kept in. Shot again from the point. Petz there for the save. Clemens steps in, keeps the puck deep. Chips the puck over to Isaiah Stifter. His brother Devin got the assist on the last goal. Puck kept in zone, fired high and wide by Isaiah Stifter. Puck on the near boards. As they battle. 3 Waconia players, 3 Hawks. Puck comes loose, stolen by Campbell. Campbell clears the zone. Chips it down, does not look like this will be icing. Ramaka turns, picked up by Clemens. Clemens pins him in place. Greathouse digs, trying to get the puck free, comes loose with the puck, brings it out to the point. Over to Colasar, Colasar over to Montague. Montague fires. Deflected there by number 19, Cameron Schneider. Puck's kept in the offensive zone by the Hawks as they work it around. Here's Clemens on the near boards. Tries to get over to Schneider. Schneider can't quite exit the zone, but picks up the puck. Wildcats try to maintain control in the neutral zone. Can't. Dumped all the way down. Vin Johnson works his way high off the glass. Clears the zone. This will be all the way down for an icing. With 13:41 remaining here in this second period. 3 shots by the Wildcats here in this second period. Capitalizing on one of those shots, creating their 4th goal. Hawks have yet to get any shots on board here in this second period. Hayden Nelson steps into the face-off circle opposite Carter Remy. Battle for the loose puck, picked up by Nelson. Nelson turns over to Finn Johnson. Finn Johnson chips it over. Can't quite get the puck loose from Herman on the boards. Herman picks it up. Bouncing puck kept in by Waconia. Here's Carson Herman as he takes down Connors. Puck comes loose. Exit the zone. Here's Chase Lorenzen. Retreats. Turns. Loses the puck in the neutral zone, but picked up. Dumped free by Grant Zeman. Zeman works his way over to Herman. Herman moves it over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen up to Zeman. Dump deep. Finn Johnson picks it up along the far corner. Herman chips it deep all the way down. This will be icing with 12:39 remaining here in this second period. Hawks having a decent time breaking out here in this second period where they struggled a bit in that first period. Good offensive pressure here by the Wildcats yet again. Jake Campbell steps in the face-off circle opposite of Connor Reek. Campbell comes away. Colasar picks up the puck, works his way through the neutral zone. Works his way wide, leaves it for Gutowski. Gutowski does a fine job keeping the puck in the zone. Picked up here by Devin Stifter. Stifter works his way through, can't get past Campbell. Campbell with a good defensive effort. Puck's dumped deep, picked up by Ramaka on the far side. Tries to center it through. Tipped there by Kelly. Waconia tries to pick up control through the neutral zone. Campbell dumps it deep. Wildcats maintain control. They turn it around into the corner. Chips it high, along the glass. This is an opportunity for Tyler Lorenzen. Picks it up, he turns, stops, waits for a centering player. Good play, defensive effort there by Campbell to intercept that pass through the slot. Here's Maxwell Kelly as he turns, fires it over to Devin Stifter. Stifter tries to sauce pass over to Kelly. Kelly with a fire shot on net. Good play there by Petz. Puck's behind the corner. Connor Reek works his way out to Devin Stifter. Stifter fires it towards the net, chipped wide. Picked up here by Maxwell Kelly. Kelly turns, works his way towards the slot, fires. Petz just gets enough glove on it to tip it high and wide. McGuire Knorr loses his stick in the effort. Gives the Hawks an opportunity. Can't quite clear the zone. Picked up by Gleason. Gleason turns. Moves it into the corner. Mayo can't connect back with Gleason. Hawks finally clear the zone. 10:58 remaining here in the second period. Hawks have yet to get a shot on net compared to the 5 for the Wildcats. Petz continues to be outstanding. Gleason steps into the face-off circle opposite of Sam Swanson. Swanson with a face-off win. Giel picks up the puck behind the play. Dumps it out of the zone. Wildcats try to maintain control. Bardeacon with a good steal, creating pressure in the turnover. Puck's worked wide. Here's Vaconia as he works, turns, tries to look towards the center. Finn Johnson does a fine job steering him wide. Picked up by Swanson. Swanson clears the zone. This looks likely to be icing. 10:28 remaining here in the second period. Wildcats with a 4-0 lead. A reminder, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we're going to select our Ridgeview Player of the Game. Visit ridgeviewmedical.org today. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle opposite as Isaiah Stifter. Puck one, Stifter. Puck's chipped into the corner by Giel. Giel tries to clear it. Held in by Herman. Connors picks it up behind the net. Swanson tries to chip it high and wide. Looks like it cleared the zone, didn't quite do so. Puck in pursuit by Isaiah Stifter. Brought down to Schneider. Stifter again regains control as he works his way back to Engler. Stifter can't clear the zone. Here's Herman, fires from the point. Good save there by Gershewski with the diving save. Gershewski looks like he's come up a little bit limp, but a great job in blocking that shot. Committing to it. Puck's cleared out of the zone. Gershewski needs a change. Herman turns, brings it towards the net. Looks, leaves it for Schneider. Schneider dumps it towards the net. Goes through the crease, over to Herman. Herman fires it back across. Schneider picks it up, dumps it into the corner. Giel there. Pick up the puck from Engler. Connors over to Herman. Battle on the near boards. Picked up by Swanson. Swanson finally fires it all the way down on Wozniak. Merrick Wozniak having a good night tonight. Pitching a shutout here so far. Puck's in the zone. Hawks will have to reset. Chip free. Here's McCoy Archibald as he tries to work his way across. Finn Johnson clears the zone. Good play by Ramaka. He's got Campbell streaking down the center. Looks, Ramaka can't quite get through. He's tripped up by Devin Stifter. No penalty on the play. Stifter picks up the puck, works his way down on the far side. Wraps it around. Montague picks up the rolling puck. Great house. Check from behind. Loses it. Picked up again by Seaman. Puck's loose in the corner. Out to Campbell. Campbell being held. Managed to work his way free. Fires it high off the glass. Great house. Almost there. Creates a turnover. For Ramaka, he fires it just wide. Good play by Ramaka and the good follow-up by Greathouse create the offensive opportunity. Puck's chipped in. Battle in the neutral zone. Here's Riek. Tries to dump it deep. Can't quite do so. Picked up the blue line. Brought in. Fired on net. Pet's there for the save. Knorr tried to pick up his second goal of the game. Couldn't quite do so. Campbell fires it across ice, manages to clear the zone. This will cause a reset for the Wildcats. Montague moves back into the corner below the goal line. Fires it up. Great house there. Tries to connect with Hayden Nelson. Nelson straight off the bench. Fresh legs. Here's Clemens. Turns. Wildcats clear the zone. Picked up here by Reek. Reek fires. Pet's there with a save. Good blocker save. Nelson works his way into the center. He's got Thormesgaard and Herman at the sides. Tries to dump it deep. Good defensive effort there by Dietz to push him wide. Intercept here by Maxwell Kelly. Kelly and Connors. Good stick there by Connors to force him wide. And Kelly with an unbelievable play. Turns back, manages to get the forehand off and right up and over Pence's shoulder. Great play by Maxwell Kelly. That'll be an unassisted goal at 6:43 remaining here in the period. But that's Maxwell's 9th goal of the season. On a beautiful play. Connors had a good stick to chip the puck loose. Kelly quickly picked it back up, turned it to his forehand, put it right over Petts' shoulder. Waconia dumps it deep. Puck along the near boards. Gutowski can't quite clear the zone. Puck's chipped toward the net. Just out of the reach of Gleason. Gleason takes a check from behind. This will be a penalty on Montague. At 6:16 remaining, this will be the first penalty of the game. Looks like it'll be an interference call. This will give the Waconia Wildcats their first power play opportunity. Wildcats have been pretty solid on the year with nearly a 20% power play conversion rate. Wildcats maintain control off the face-off. Here's Brendan Clemens as he works his way over to Knorr. Knorr works his way over to Archambault. Cleared by Bardeacon. Good intercept there. Play by Bardeacon. Forcing the puck all the way down. Wozniak there. Leaves the puck for Knorr. Knorr tries to work his way across to Tyler Lorenzen. Picked up by Clemens. Clemens brings it into the zone. Sets up on the perimeter. Clemens leaves it for Archambault. Archambault turns, fires it off to Knorr. Knorr looks for the shot in the slot. Puck's loose in front. Puck's chipped up and over the net. Good save by Petts on the initial save. Loose puck chipped up and over the net. Clemens works his way out to Knorr. Knorr over to Archambault. Back over to Clemens. Clemens turns. He looks. Back out to the point. Here's Knorr over to Archambault. Working their way across the top. Puck's loose in front. Petts there with a quick save. 5:07 remaining here in the second period. 52 seconds remaining in the Chaska penalty. Hawks have done a fine job trying to keep the puck on the perimeter. Limiting the number of shots here by the Wildcats. Isaiah Stifter steps into the face-off circle. Gets opposite Jake Campbell. Puck controlled by the Wildcats as they dump it deep. Isaiah Stifter works his way down to the corner. He's got Herman. Herman out to the point. This is Devin Stifter. Devin Stifter looks, turns. Puck's fired by Kelly on goal. Petts there for the save. Isaiah Stifter. Nice clear here by Jake Campbell as he intercepts and pulls it all the way down. 26 seconds remaining on the Waconia power play. Picked up here behind the net. Devin Stifter works his way across. Builds with speed into the neutral zone. Through. Works, sets up on the perimeter on the near boards. As he works his way out to Herman. Herman over to Kelly. Back to Herman. Herman fires from the point. Petts there for the save. Petts has had a fine job seeing the puck here on this power play opportunity by the Wildcats. 3 seconds remain on the shorthanded. And the shorthanded play by the Hawks. 4:18 remaining here in the second period. Sam Swanson steps in the face-off circle opposite of Carter Remy. Face-off win by Swanson. Puck's chipped loose. That'll end the Hawks' penalty. Bardeacon races down in a foot race with Dietz. Gets there first. Keeps the puck in the zone. Giel fires it towards the net. Didn't get a lot of wood on it. Dietz, good play by Bardikin to pin Dietz up along the board. Swanson picks it up, looks for the centering pass, turns, reverses course. Hawks look to maintain a little bit of control here in their offensive zone. Puck's just chipped loose. Here's Grant Zeman as he works his way on the far side. Strong move by Zeman. Got the shot off on net. Pet's there for the save. Puck controlled below the goal line by the Waconia Wildcats. Clemens out at the point, turns, dumps it back deep, works his way high off the glass on the shot by Remy. Puck on the far side turned. They look to try to center it back to Remy. Remy can't quite contain it. Shot from the point, tip, Pet's there with a save. Picked up by Giel. Giel dumps it down. 3:13 remaining here in the second period. Wozniak steps out of the net, leaves it for Clemens. Gutowski in hot pursuit of Clemens. Clemens works his way into the zone with speed. Moves into the slot area, tries to fire it off. Shot is ultimately on Petz. Petz there with a save. Closes up on that loose puck in front. 2:58 remaining here in the second period. As the results, get social with Chaska Hawks Live by following us on X at Chaska Hawks Live, on Instagram at Chaska Hawks Live, or on Facebook via facebook.com/Chaska Hawks Live for the latest highlights, news, and best coverage of Hawks sports around. As we regain action, Greathouse picks it up on the near boards, clears the zone. This is going to force the Wildcats into a reset. They do. Montague picks up the puck, clears it to Ramaka. Ramaka on the far boards. In a battle with McGuire-Knorr. Puck's dumped deep. Pet's there for the save. Johnson wraps it around. Over to Greathouse. Puck's dumped toward the net, off the side of the net. Puck's loose out front. Nice centering play. Reek wasn't able to go ahead and respond well enough, fast enough. Devin Stifter picks up the puck in the Waconia zone. Leaves it for McGuire-Knorr. Knorr dumps it loose, far, picked up by Samson. Engler shot right off Pet's blocker. Puck's dumped all the way deep. Wozniak steps out of the goal. Leaves a long pass there for Reek. Greathouse turns. Can't clear the zone. Dumped in front. Kept in play by Isaiah Stifter. Here's Engler as he tries to work his way behind the net. Engler tries to center it. Hayden Nelson, sorry. Puck picked up behind the net. Chipped out along far boards. Here's Knorr as he turns into the slot and he fires and he just shoots it high and wide. Knorr with a good step into the slot area. Had a nice unencumbered shot. Couldn't quite connect. Here's Knorr again. Fires it. This is tipped up into the net by Herman, creating a stoppage in play with 1:13 remaining here in this second period. Wildcats have dominated the offensive play here in this second period. Reducing the Hawks, still only 3 shots on net compared to their 15. Pressure here out at the point. Wildcats maintain control. Chase Lorenzen keeps the puck in the zone, steps up for Herman. Herman with a shot. Petz there with a save, chipped up high and wide. 54 seconds remaining here in this second period. Puck's chipped up off Thormesgaard's stick into the Waconia bench for a stoppage in play. 50 seconds remaining here in this second period. If you can't catch the game or live or just want to relive some of the top moments from the Hawks after the game, games are archived within 24 hours after completion. Check out the On-Demand tab on the Chaska Hawks Live homepage to watch tonight's game and all previous broadcasts on chaskahawks.live for free. Face-off at center ice between Carter Remy and Jake Campbell. Puck's loose, controlled by the Wildcats as they dump it deep. Picked up behind the net by Kolasar as he chips it around. Gutowski there, battle on the near boards. Shot fired from the point, stopped by Campbell. Campbell out to Ramaka. Ramaka's got Gutowski working his way in. Ramaka was looking for some help. Gutowski was sprinting down here on the near side. Couldn't quite coordinate their entry into the zone, creating offsides with 27 seconds remaining here in the second period. Gene Campbell steps into the face-off circle opposite of Carter Remy. Puck controlled by the Hawks. Finn Johnson steps up, dumps it deep. Wraps around, 20 seconds remaining here in the second period. Ramaka out to Campbell, can't quite connect. Johnson with a shot from the point. Can't get the shot off in time. His head was up, couldn't quite get enough wood on the shot to get the puck in. 5 seconds remaining. Hawks battling to try to get the puck out front. And that'll wrap up here this second period.
After 2 periods.
The story of the second period is Waconia came back out. Good momentum from that first period. Scored the only 2 goals on the seventh goal of the season by McCullen Mayo, with 15:51 remaining here in this second period. Followed up, and it was assisted by number 28, Devin Stifter, his 7th of the season. His 7th of the season. The next goal by Waconia was by number 8, Maxwell Kelly, scoring his 9th goal of the season with 6:43 remaining. Unassisted on a beautiful play, chipping the puck in front. 1 penalty in that period by Hudson Montague of Chaska Hawks at 6:16 for interference. It gave the Wildcats their only opportunity so far on a power play opportunity. They were unable to capitalize, even though they've been capitalizing on a rate of about 20% this year. Hawks did a fine job preventing that from happening. Goaltending, 32 shots on net, 16 shots in that second period by the Wildcats, with Frank Petz steering aside 14 of those 16 shots in that period, and for a grand total, steering aside 27 of the 32 shots. For the Hawks, they had 3 shots on net, with Merrick Wozniak turning aside all 3 shots, and a grand total of 7 as they go. Play's been back and forth, mostly dominated by Wildcats in that period. So as we prepare for resurfacing of the ice, we'll be back for more in just a few minutes. through 2 periods here at the Chaska Community Center Ice Arena. The Wildcats of Waconia have opened up a 5-0 lead. The action's been back and forth, with the Wildcats dominating momentum in that first and second periods on the offensive side. Through the 2 periods, Waconia has a 32 shots on net compared to Chaska's 7, giving goaltending by Merrick Wozniak of the Wildcats 7 full saves. And for the Chaska Hawks, Frank Petz, 27 of 32, 27 saves and 32 shots on net. Not a lot of penalties in that second period. We've had one so far in the game. That one was by Hudson Montague on an interference call with 6:16, creating the first power play opportunity for either team. And for the Wildcats, they were unable to capitalize on that power play opportunity, even though they've been capitalizing on nearly 20% of their opportunities throughout the season. So far, solid play by Lorenzen and Remy and Kelly of the Wildcats, and kept the Wildcats on the offensive throughout the entire first period and second period. Hawks look to try to turn that around here in this third period, as they've been historically good in the third period. But you're going to have a big hole to dig out of here. So with that, I want to remind everybody, at the end of the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll select our Ridgeview Player of the Game. Visit ridgeviewmedical.org today. Additionally, high school athletes thrive on great coaching and a home team advantage. If you're looking to list or buy a home, call the Rome team with Coldwell Banker at 612-207-6334 today. We'll take a short break. We'll be back for our third period action. Welcome back, everybody, as we prepare for the third period action. We're waiting for both teams to take the ice. Looks like Waconia is ready. Here come the referees. The Hawks look to try to get back into this game, trying to create some offensive turnovers with good forecheck pressure, trying to create smoother exits from their defensive zone and more control through the neutral zone, trying to test the top goaltender in the Metro West Conference in Wozniak. It'll be a tall order to try to get more by him, but the Hawks will give it their best effort. As the Hawks take the ice, now Waconia takes the ice. The players will take a couple laps and warm up. They'll take their respective benches. The referees will take the center dot. And we'll be ready to go in roughly 1 minute. Fans settle back into their seats. Third period starters take the ice. Jake Campbell will take the face off for the Chaska Hawks. Looks like he'll be opposite of Connor Reek. Campbell's done well on the face-off circle tonight. Neutral zone controlled by the Hawks. Ramaka turns, brings it into the zone, gains speed on the far side, stops, tries to fire it off to Campbell, can't quite do so. Montague can't keep the puck in. Puck's chipped loose. Here's Maxwell Kelly as he races down on the far side, fires on Petz. Petz there with a save. Puck's chipped back out front. Reverses course, shot from the point, wide by Lorenzen. Puck kept in by Herman as he dumps it deep. Campbell tries to get it past Kelly. Campbell with the pickup, good play. Ramaka as he works his way down. Herman Ramaka took a shot upside the head with Herman. This looks like it might be a high sticking penalty. Nope, it'll be a hooking penalty. It'll be the first power play opportunity here for the Hawks at 16:12 remaining in this third period. Penalty looks like it'll be on number 38, Carson Herman. Campbell steps in the face-off dot opposite of Connor Reek. Wildcats clear the zone. Swanson back to Montague. Montague works his way across. Tries to chip it through, can't quite do so. Picked up by Ramaka. Enters the zone, dumps it deep. Looking for Connors on the far side. Guarnor reverses course, keeps it in. Campbell. Good play by Campbell to keep it in temporarily. Puck's chipped along near boards. Here's Reek. As he drives it down, he'll be looking to wind some time off the clock. 1:23 remaining on the power play opportunity by the Hawks. Campbell picks it up on the far side, cuts, works his way, builds some speed through the neutral zone. Works his way over to Ramaka. Campbell on the near boards. In the puck battle along the boards as the Hawks try to maintain control around the perimeter. Can't do so. Wildcats dump it all the way down. Petz there. Leaves it for Hudson Montague. 57 seconds remaining in the Chaska power play. Leaves it for Campbell. Campbell picks it up. Tries to get it out to Ramaka. Can't quite get it on the stick. Cleared. Good play there by Clemens to clear the puck out of the zone. 43 seconds remaining here on the Chaska power play. Waconia has done a fine job not letting the Hawks get set up in the offensive zone. Colasar brings it in with some speed. Works around the perimeter. Clemens forces him around. Puck picked up here by Reek as he tries to clear the zone. Can't quite do so. Finn Johnson keeps it in, fires it towards the net. Wozniak with a blocker save. Johnson keeps the puck deep. Works it over to Greathouse. Greathouse into Swanson. Swanson moves towards the slot, fires and he scores! What a great play. Beautiful backhand by Sam Swanson as the Hawks finally get on the board with 14:20 remaining here in this third period. 9 seconds remaining. That'll give the Hawks a power play goal. It's been a long time since they had that opportunity. On the assists from Justin Greathouse and from Finley Johnson. Puck's wrapped around, brought in. Puck's lost in front. Here's Inkler, tries to pick it up on the near side. Puck moves along the far side, pass all the way over across ice to Inkler. Inkler tries to work his range around Colasar. Colasar does a fine job stepping into the body, creating the turnover. Neal picks it up behind the net. Good forecheck pressure there by Schneider. Puck's wrapped around Hokanen, picks it up on the near side. It's great to see Hokanen back in action after a pretty bad knee injuries, kept him out most of the season. Puck's brought out front here. Here's a shot by Isaiah Stifter. It's dumped down, works his way back out to the point. Out to his brother Devin Stifter as he works it across. Fired on net by Petz, by Knorr. Knorr brings it back out, loses it. This will be offsides. Knorr tried to keep it in with his skates, couldn't quite do so. Chipped it back in, created the offsides. This will give the Hawks a greatly needed change. Good to see the Hawks get on the board here in the third period. Puck controlled by the Waconia Wildcats as they dump it deep into the zone. Picked up on the far side by Montague. Montague tries to chip it past Vukanovic. Vukanovic keeps the puck in the zone, tries to bring it toward the middle. Can't quite do so. Picked up by Gleason. Dumped into the corner by Dietz. On the far side, Gleason picks the puck up. Over to Ramaka. Ramaka turns. Good pass over to Campbell. Campbell works his way across. He's got Gutowski. Campbell fires it on Wozniak. Wozniak there with the glove save with 12:48 remaining here in this third period. Jake Campbell steps into the face-off circle opposite of Connor Reek. Campbell's done a very fine job on the face-off dot. Puck's chipped into the corner. Right up front, Wozniak there. Puck was loose. The Hawks couldn't get anybody on it. Wrapped around by Reek. Picks it up on the near side. Up to Herman. Herman tries to get past Johnson. Can't quite do so. Bouncing puck. Great play by Johnson to keep the puck in the neutral zone. Ramaka turns, rushes in the zone. He's grabbed, held. Campbell fires it towards the net. Gutowski dumps it towards it and he scores! Gutowski off the skate. Potentially looks like it's Gutowski off a defender's skate into the net with 12:17 remaining. Gives the Hawks their second goal. I believe that's Gutowski's second goal of the season. On a great play. As he dumped it towards the net. For all the young watchers out there, always put the puck on net. You never know what might happen, but the Hawks now pull back within a 3-goal Waconia lead with good offensive pressure. Puck's controlled by the Hawks to try the wrap around there by Vardikin and shot on net by Swanson. The Hawks have really come out firing here in the third period. Puck's dumped deep into the corner. Colasar picks it up. Giel providing that pressure. Centered pass out front, nobody there. Here's Dietz as he turns, dumps it back into the corner, moves it in, slot, shot high and wide by Archambault. Puck kept in by Knorr. Colasar on the far side. Archambault keeps the puck in play. Just tries to work his way back. Picked up, dumped out of the zone by Vardikin. Quick turnaround, here's Knorr as he tries to enter the zone as he sees the Hawks get a line change. He tries to step across. Good play by Colasar, chip the puck loose. Ramaka into the neutral zone, he's got Campbell tracing behind him. Shot high and up and over the net. Campbell was a really close follow. Dumps it right up front, can't connect with Colasar. Picked up here with Inkler. Inkler works his way down on the far side, tries to get past Montague. Montague with a good defensive effort, forces him wide. Inkler picks up the puck behind the net, brings it back up to point as they work their way across. There's Gleason, fires it on net. Clemens, puck's dumped loose. Ramaka picks it up in the neutral zone, leaves it for Campbell. Campbell works his way into the slot, tries to get a play in place, can't quite do so. The rebound was there by Greathouse. Hawks have really come out firing here, trying to take away the momentum from the Wildcats here in this third period. 10-15 remaining. Clemens steps in, shoots just wide. Puck's chipped all the way down, just out of the reach of Campbell. This won't be icing. 10 minutes remaining here in this third period. Trying to clear the puck, picked up by Thormesgaard. Thormesgaard turns, can't quite complete the pass to Nelson. Gleason picks it up through the neutral zone, works his way through a lot of congestion. Thormesgaard picks it up, wraps it around over to Colasar. Colasar, great pass over to Nelson. Nelson clears the zone. Hawks finally doing a better job of exiting their zone. Hokanen, good puck battle, keeps it in. Herman, true to fashion, holds. Hokanen's stick, doesn't get the call for the Hawks. Puck's chipped high off the glass. Dumped down. This is going to be icing on the Hawks, creating stoppage and play with 9:16 remaining here in this third period. Wildcats with a 5-2 lead. Hawks have really come out firing here in this third period, creating a lot more offensive pressure. They've got 7 shots on net, which has doubled their total for the entire first 2 periods, compared to the only 3 by the Wildcats. Gleason steps into the face-off circle opposite of Campbell. Campbell wraps it around the far side. Mason Gutowski there. Puck battle. Montague picks it up behind the net. Turns. Puck down low. Picked up. Gutowski builds some speed. He's got Ramaka. Chips it in. Follows his play. Deep behind the goal line. Checked there by Devin Stifter. Puck wrapped all the way around. Finn Johnson steps up, keeps the puck in the zone. Absorbs a check there from McCullum Mayo, but keeps the puck in the zone. Ramaka turns, looks for some help across. Johnson fires on a one-timer just wide. Puck's chipped high off the glass. Montague touched it, so it will not be icing. Picked up by Johnson as he works his way around. 8:25 remaining here in this third period. Puck's wrapped down through into the neutral zone. Lorenzen turns, tries to work his way over through Clemens, can't quite do so. Good offensive pressure there by Gutowski. Shot on net, there's Wozniak with the save. Ramaka was right in front, looking for the loose puck, couldn't quite contain it. Clemens works his way down the far side, leaves it for Kelly. Kelly fires just wide. Gleason steps out, Ramaka again picks it up. He's got Vardikin racing down. Ramaka's got a clear path all the way to the goal, so he brings it in, leaves it there. Wozniak with a kick save. Left it right out in front. Clemens picks it up. Play has certainly opened up here offensively in this third period. Colasar pushes Lorenzen wide. Vardikin picks it up on the far side. Kept in by Herman. Chipped out by Vardikin. Vardikin picks it up as he tries to work his way through, tries to center it to Sam Swanson. Swanson puts it right in front, puck's loose in front. Nobody's there, and chipped up by Vardikin. Just can't quite capitalize on the play. This will be a stoppage. Looks like the net might be off its post. Looked like Wozniak lost his glove in the process. Great pressure here by the Hawks in this third period as they continue to pour it on. They've got 12 shots on net compared to the 3 shots on net by the Wildcats. Offensive play has really opened up. Swanson steps into the faceoff circle opposite of Remy. Controlled by the Hawks, out to Giel. Giel fires it towards the net. Puck's loose. Connors with a shot just wide. Swanson battles deep below the goal line with Remy. Bardeacon steps in to provide some help, looking for the turnover. Good play by Connors. Chip just loose past Colasar, but Giel's there to pick it up. Giel turns, leaves it for Colasar. Can't quite connect with Connors. Picked up by Herman. Herman dumps it towards the net. Not picked up by Petz. Tried to wrap around, couldn't quite do it. Petz thought he had the puck. He didn't. Puck's cleared by the Hawks. This won't be icing. This will give the Hawks an opportunity to go ahead and get a fresh line change. Dumped up along the far boards. Montague picks it up, dumps it towards the middle. There's Campbell to pick it up over Ramaka. Ramaka, they enter the zone with some speed. Campbell works his way, tries to work his way right around Herman. Does so, gets in front, nobody there. Oh, and it puck's shot from the point by Montague. Tip just wide. Puck's dumped in on Petz. Quick whistle by the refs as Petz was trying to push it off, realizing there were no Waconia players in the vicinity. 6:13 remaining here in the third period. Hawks have really come out to battle here in this third period. Down 5-0, they had nothing to lose, and they're showing that they've got some grit. Put some significant pressure here on the players. Finn Johnson gets wrapped around, tries to clear it, can't quite do so. Out to Greathouse. Johnson clears the zone, picked up here by Isaiah Stifter. Stifter dumps it back in. That's behind his net. Chips it free. Ramaka just manages to tip it out of the zone. Controlled and dumped back deep by Waconia. Picked up on the near side by Enkler. Puck's dumped deep by Schneider. Montague turns, works his way around the net. Chipped over to Ramaka. Ramaka clearing pass over to Montague. Montague up to Campbell. Campbell works his way on the far side, tries to step his way around Devin Stifter. Good body play there by Stifter to take Campbell off the puck. Brought right back in front. There's Campbell, or Swanson in front. Sorry. Up by Ramaka. Colasar with a shot. Just tipped wide by Greathouse. Colasar steps up and fires it again. Tipped just wide. This time by Ramaka. Hawks really doing a fine job getting in front of Wozniak, trying to create some screens. Finally, Schneider picks it up on the far side. Dumps it all the way down to Enkler. Enkler gloves it. This will not be icing. Picked up by Montague. Just out, it rolls out of sight, or out of his reach. Good play, defensive effort here. Connors picks it up, he turns. Works his way through the neutral zone, dumps it deep. Here's Wozniak, will stop it. He'll leave it for Carter Dietz. Dietz picks it up, turns. Avoids the check of Swanson. Works his way over to Clemens. Clemens fires it across, intercepted by Gutowski. Gutowski tries to step across the check from Dietz. Dietz with a hard check, takes Gutowski off the puck, but the Hawks maintain control in the offensive zone. Giel steps up, good play, sheds the player, keeps the puck in the zone, continues to keep the play in the zone. Puck's chipped loose. Colasar steps up, knocks it just wide of Gleason. Clemens steps in. Gutowski with a nice body check there on Vukanovich. Puck's dumped deep. Wozniak dumps it out to Mayo. Mayo's got Kelly streaking down the middle. Good play there by Campbell to force him wide. Waconia players continue to hold and no calls from the referees. Good play in front here. Greathouse on a great pass from Ramaka. Couldn't quite capitalize getting past Wozniak. Puck battle along the far corner. 3:23 remaining here in the third period. Hawks come away with it. Ramaka out to Montague. Montague fires towards the net. Campbell just there. Can't quite get the loose puck. Puck exited by Mayo. Moved in by Kelly. Kelly fires just wide. Montague exits the zone. Here's Herman. Campbell picks it up. Wildcats need to reset. Over to Montague. Montague tries to force it across ice, can't quite connect with Ramaka. Bouncing puck over to Campbell. Campbell sidesteps a check. Keeps working through his way through the middle. Ramaka fires, and Wozniak there for the save. Hawks really testing Wozniak here in this third period. Kelly saucer pass over to Herman. Herman steps in. Fires on net. Net's there for the save. Swanson puts a good body on Tyler Lorenzen. Battle along the far boards. Bardeacon steps in to provide some support for the Hawks. Bardeacon chips it up just into the Hawks bench with 2:19 remaining here in the third period. Hawks have really come out and showed some spirit here in this third period. Scoring the only 2 goals. Greatly out shooting the Wildcats here. Wildcats have 6 shots here in this third period compared to the Hawks 20. Devin Stifter at the point, loses control of puck. Bardeacon there. Picks up by Gutowski. Gutowski's got Bardeacon streaking down. Gutowski with a 5 shot right off the post. He had Wozniak burned, put it right off the near post. Great play by Gutowski there. Puck's dumped all the way down. Picked up behind the net here by Knorr. Knorr over to Abernathy. Dumps it deep. Giel over to Ramaka. Wildcats maintain control in the neutral zone. Here's Knorr. Steps in. Tries to turn over to Remy. Remy fires. Puck's loose in front. Bardeacon into the corner. Tries to clear it. Good forecheck pressure there by Ramaka to create the turnover. Ramaka steps through the middle. Good body by Stifter. Puck's left for Campbell. Campbell works his way out to Montague. Montague steps in and fires, loses it. Doesn't quite get enough wood on it. Dumps the puck loose. Here's Archambault. Ramaka steps across, fires. Play over to Montague. 1 minute remaining here in this third period. Greathouse works his way over to Johnson. Johnson up the boards, tipped in by Ramaka. This will not be icing. 49 seconds remaining here in this third period. Clemens picks up the puck, reverses course, sheds a couple of Hawks. Puck along the near side, Ankler dumps it deep. Johnson there for the intercept. Greathouse picks it up, nice pass across over to Swanson. Swanson looks, drives down through the middle. Good defensive effort there by Clemens to knock the puck loose as Swanson dove toward the middle. Here's Deese as he works his way along the far boards. 15 seconds remaining in the contest. Picked up by Montague, brings it back out. Puck at the point by Clemens. Clemens tipped into the corner by Gutowski. Connors picks it up on the far side. Tips it out of the zone. Puck kept in by Gleason. Gleason turns, tries to get past Colasar, and that'll end it, folks. Great play by the Hawks. We'll take a small commercial break. We'll come back and do a game summary.
Join us tomorrow night for senior night.
Woo. Well, that was better. The Hawks were ridiculous in that good period.
Thanks for